So I found myself a little time today, and we've got the Tahoe today. We're over here at our neighborhood Advance 4. I've been wanting to get a little bit more aggressive sounding exhaust on the old Tahoe. So I didn't want to get crazy though, so we went with the 44 series instead of the 40 series that's in the Skulldozer, which is loud as hell. But I'm gonna leave the resonators and everything on this one, so it is gonna be loud, but not crazy loud. I don't know, my definition of crazy loud and your definition of crazy loud is a little different probably. So we're cruising about 45 miles an hour. You can hear the truck. So we're going to see kind of what the difference is on the interior and the exterior. So I've got a decibel meter downloaded into my phone. I got an app that's going to measure it. So what I'm going to do is, as I'm driving on the road, I'm going to take a screenshot of the app as it's measuring the decibels on the inside before, and then when we get there, I'm gonna let it idle for a little bit, take a screenshot of the outside of decibel reading, then we'll do the test after we start it, and then as we're driving on the road, we'll do another decibel reading inside the vehicle so you guys can hear the difference on what this Flowmaster Super 44 series is going to do in this 2007 Chevrolet Tahoe with a 5.3 liter. This is a two-wheel drive model. Doesn't really make a difference, two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. Still the same 5.3 liter engine. Alright, so we're here right now, taking a measurement from the exhaust pipe, waiting for this guy to quit running his weed eater so we'll get an exact measurement of what the sound is coming out of this tailpipe before we get the Flowmaster put on. Alright guys, we just got it done. You can hear a little bit of the rumble. We're going to go ahead and get the idling sound, and then we'll start testing it on the way back. Sounds pretty good. It's not crazy loud. It sounds, it's got a little deeper throat to it. But once we get out away from the city a little bit, we'll be able to hear it better because this traffic is nuts. Driving down the road right now. We're on the highway 485, doing right now about 75 mile an hour, 2,000 RPMs, and I'll be honest with you guys, I can't even hear any droning or anything from that Flowmaster. So it's definitely quieter than the 40 series, because I've got the 40 series on my 2500, but again, it's a different animal because there's no other restricting parts on the exhaust of the 2500. that's kind of what I wanted. I wanted something that sounded throaty, sounded aggressive from the outside, but not from the inside, because again, this is a truck that I drive on the highway a lot, traveling, and I wanted a little more oomph, but I didn't want a whole lot of noise on the inside. So I think we picked the right one, the Super 44. So we're gonna slow down a little bit, let it kick down a gear, and see if we can't hear it a little bit. Sounds pretty good when you get on it. So I like the sound of that. But when you're just cruising, you don't have the drone, and that's what videos that I've been watching said, that you do not get the droning sound on the inside in the 44 series as you did from the 40. So that's kind of what helped me pick this 44 series, when they're correct. It is very mellow on the sound at highway speeds. However, when you get on it, that's where you get your the Flowmaster sound that you're wanting. So get on this some more. Sounds pretty good. We'll get the decibel readings here in a minute when I get off the highway. Sounds pretty good, guys. It's got a nice tone to it. However, it's not overly loud like my 2500 is. Now, my 2500 has a 40 series, and it is incredibly loud. So the Super 44 is definitely a good throaty sound without being obnoxious. I can have people in the Tahoe and still carry on a conversation without feeling like we're yelling over the exhaust. So pretty pleased with the way it came out. I'm going to give it rev it up a little bit. As you guys saw, the measurements I was giving you guys on this decibel meter, that way you guys know exactly what the numbers were. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the decibel reader by the exhaust again. I'm going to rev it a couple times and see about how loud it'll get. So let me go ahead and set that back up. Alright, let's see what it does. Now, it still has the rev limiter at 4 grand, so we can't go any higher than that. So hopefully I'll get Adam over at Aquadale Speed Shop to turn that off, and that way we can hear it go all the way to Redline. But it looks like the max got to 83 decibels. Yep, so it looked like our max was 83. So it's normally idling about, if I'm right to 70, 74, I think. It peaked at times. But right here, the max was 83 with me stepping on it and getting about 4 grand. So, kind of interested to see where it will go once we turn off the rev limiter at 4,000. But anyhow, that'll be for a later video. Right now, we're going to head to Aquadale Speed Shop. We got some videoing to do on some cars they got down there, and we'll get this video uploaded. So guys, be sure to subscribe and head over to Aquadale Speed Shop's channel. You're going to see a lot more content on some of the big V8 and LS stuff over there. He is the one that's helping me with the LS Swap GTI, and we're also going to be putting headers and everything on this Tahoe. As we do the progression, we're going to dyno it every time, and so you guys will see how much power each mod adds to it. Right now we did a Flowmaster muffler. We're not going to dyno that because we already know that the muffler, the exhaust system on the Tahoe runs pretty good already, so we're not really going to get much, if a horsepower or two, if that, by putting on a Flowmaster. This was more or less for the sound that I was looking for. I do have a cold air intake, so after we do the cold air intake, then we're going to do a dyno with the Flowmaster in the intake, and so you'll kind of see. But again, the muffler itself is not really going to add anything, so just throwing on a dyno for that would kind of really be a waste of time. So we're going to go ahead, and this was just simply a video for the sound. I hope it helps you pick out a muffler. If you like the sound of the Super 44 from Flowmaster, there you go. So subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next video.